안녕하세요. 엔잡러입니다. 지난 3월 17일 샌디먼로와 코리 스튜벤은 오토라인 네트워크에서 진행하는 팟캐스트에 출연해 테슬라의 마스터 플랜 3에 대한 자신들의 생각과 발표 당시 테슬라 텍사스 공장에 방문했던 후기를 공유하는 인터뷰를 했는데요. 인터뷰 전반부는 테슬라의 핵심 기술 설명으로 이루어져 있고 후반부는 테슬라가 타 자동차 업체들과 어떻게 다른가에 대한 내용이었습니다. 오늘은 샌디먼로의 오토라인과의 인터뷰 핵심 내용 분석을 통해 타 자동차 업체들이 테슬라를 따라잡지 못하는 근본적인 이유와 25,000달러 전기차의 출시 가능성 그리고 이것이 갖는 진짜 의미를 알아보도록 하겠습니다. 일단 인터뷰에 참여했던 인물들을 간단하게 살펴보면 다음과 같습니다. 샌디먼로는 1978년 포드의 엔지니어로 입사해 오랫동안 자동차 분야에 몸담아왔고 이후 차량을 분해해 얻은 정보를 바탕으로 기술, 원가, 경쟁력과 같은 부분을 리포트로 작성해서 판매하는 컨설팅 회사 먼로 앤드 어소시에이츠를 설립했습니다. 샌디에 대한 자세한 설명은 위의 영상을 참고하시면 많은 도움이 되실 겁니다. 코리 스튜벤은 먼로 앤드 어소시에이츠의 사장으로 상당한 자동차 엔지니어링 지식을 보유하고 있습니다. 또한 팟캐스트 진행자인 존 맥엘로이는 자동차 산업과 자동차 산업이 생산하는 제품의 내부 작업을 해부하고 논의하는 온라인 웹캐스트인 오토라인의 창시자로 여러 방송사의 자동차 전문가로 출연했습니다. 마지막으로 게리 바실라시는 자동차 산업, 모범 사례 및 신기술에 대해 30년 이상 저술한 경험이 있는 잡지 편집자로 존과 함께 주간 웹캐스트인 오토라인 애프터 아워의 공동 진행을 맡고 있습니다. 이렇게 4명이 진행한 팟캐스트의 총 러닝타임은 2시간에 달했는데요. 오랫동안 자동차 엔지니어링 업계에서 종사했던 기술자 입장에서 보는 테슬라의 마스터 플랜 3에 대한 시선과 직접 테슬라의 공장을 방문한 뒤 얻은 인사이트가 남달라 여러분에게 인터뷰 영상의 핵심 내용을 공유하려고 합니다. 먼저 존은 테슬라 마스터 플랜 3는 테슬라가 얼마나 많은 일을 동시에 협업하는지를 보여주는 좋은 자료라고 말하면서 테슬라의 모든 공정, 예를 들면 디자인, 엔지니어링, 생산 장비의 디자인 등이 한 사람에게 보고되면서 동시에 협업이 이루어진다고 말하며 이것은 과거 레거시 기업들한테는 전혀 없던 방식이라고 말합니다. 코리는 이어서 자신이 테슬라 공장을 방문했을 때 느꼈던 테슬라 직원들의 한 가지 특징을 설명했는데요. 코리의 말에 따르면 테슬라의 기업 문화는 타 기업과 완전히 달랐다고 합니다. 코리는 전통적인 자동차 OEM 회사들에서 일하고 있는 자신의 친구들의 예를 들면서 다음과 같이 말했습니다.
It's like, hey, how's it going? And they talk about their career. They talk about their career inside of GM or Ford. Oh, well, I'm applied for a level 8 and my bonus was this. And it's like, you talk to anyone from Tesla and it's never about themselves. It's always about where the company's going, the advancement of their goals and their mission. It's like a different mentality, and it's kind of actually refreshing to hear people from Tesla versus people from traditional OEMs.
또한 샌디와 코리는 인터뷰를 통해 테슬라의 48V 시스템이 진정으로 의미하는 것이 무엇인지, 타사가 이미 보유한 48V 시스템과의 차이점이 무엇인지 자세히 설명했는데요. 구체적인 내용은 다음과 같습니다.
That when I was at Ford, and this is in the 80s, everybody wanted to go to 48-volt systems. Everybody. Except for one group. Finance. So there you go. So finally, engineering is going to win out over finance. Tesla has changed that a little bit, and it's going to force everybody else to do it.
Right.
Why should I have twice as much weight for my componentry?
Imagine if you're at GM and you're just now rolling out your Ultium platform, and then they have the Ultify platform, which is supposed to underpin their architecture for probably a decade or two. And just a few weeks ago, Tesla announced 48 volts. That means you're going to be, the whole time that Ultify Ultium platform will be in use for the next 10, 20 years, you're going to be obsolete. You're obsoleted already at a disadvantage.
Mercedes has had 48-volt systems. BMW's been using 48-volt systems, but they have a 12-volt system as well, right?
Right.
Big difference.
Okay.
Big difference, right?
Okay, but so how big is the big difference? What impact does that difference have either on the manufacturer or on the person who owns the vehicle?
Yeah, so first of all, those 48-volt systems you mentioned, we're really aware of those. They would add a 48-volt battery for a belt start generator, and this was real prevalent about 10, 12 years ago. They'd run 4 or 5 items off of it to get the savings on those wiring. But to go whole vehicle, that's the big deal. Everything else, that's where you get your savings because there's so much wiring in a vehicle for the low voltage wiring. That's where you're going to attacking one or two systems. There's small savings, but then also having a 12 volt lead acid battery, it's like having both, the worst of both worlds.
When you look at the Audi e-tron, it's got, what is it, 110 kilowatt hours or something in their battery. What's Tesla got? 73. That one I do know. And yet it goes further, goes faster, and goes longer. What? I don't get it. How can that possibly? Because it's the inefficiencies that are associated with the delivering of the power and actually the accepting of the power. Every time somebody does something inside the car with a switch, a button, there's a little bit. You lose every time. And that's why when we help people redesign the cars, it's just like shooting fish in a bucket, not a barrel, a bucket. Every car company that I look at that has a problem, that's something we should try and help out with as much as we possibly can. I don't want to see a whole bunch of companies go belly up. I'm not here voting for one car company. I'd like to see us doing things that are in a smarter fashion, and that means changing the way we think, changing the way we do things, changing the engineering preconceived notions. Oh, no, we have to have 12 volt. Why? What does it do for me? Well, we've always done it. Execute that, man. That's what I think really needs to happen.
또한 인터뷰에서는 혁신을 통한 비용 절감에 대한 이야기와 함께 테슬라의 25,000불 차량 출시에 대해서도 언급하는데요. 존은 이렇게 말합니다.
It's $25,000 car. I mean, anybody can do $25,000 car. You know, you can buy a Bolt today for $26,000, and that's even before the $7,500 rebate kicks in. But are they making money? You know, anyone can sell a vehicle for $25,000. I've got a lot of confidence Tesla will make decent margins on a $25,000 car. I have zero confidence that VW will. I mean, historically in the United States, it took 25 weeks of income, annual income, for somebody to be able to afford a car. You know, right now, the average price of a car is about 50 grand, and the average household income is about 65 grand. If Tesla or anybody can come out with a good $25,000 car, and it's look, the reality is to sell it, you got to have the amenities that people are expecting. The challenge is make a profit on it. But if somebody comes out with a decent electric that they can make a profit on, it's going to be the modern day Model T. Sales will explode.
그리고 샌디는 여기에 테슬라의 공급망 수직 통합을 언급하면서 다음과 같이 말합니다.
I didn't believe in vertical integration all the way to rubber trees, but at the end of the day, he's made deals with nickel mines. Tesla's made deals with or in buying places where you can mine lithium or refine lithium. If you can control most of the costs, sooner or later you are going to be able to produce something that nobody else can even just dream of. So and to 25,000, do I think that they'll do that? No, but I know one thing they will do. They will make sure that they make as much profit today as they will on that low-cost vehicle.
And the low-cost vehicle will still include the hardware for and the sensors for their full self-driving capability.
여기에 샌디는 대부분의 자본가들은 차를 팔면서 어떠한 것을 공짜로 주려고 하면 질색을 한다라고 말하며 이렇게 줌으로써 나중에 훨씬 더 많은 수익을 얻을 수 있다는 사실은 전혀 모른다고 말합니다. 그리고 다음과 같이 언급합니다.
Now Tesla gets money from when you charge. Tesla gets money if you decide to get full self-driving. Tesla could probably down the road say, well, how about this? How about a monthly fee? Not 15 grand, but we'll turn that on inside your car for a monthly fee of, I don't know, $200 a month or something like that. People are going to look at it, oh, that's the same as my cable bill or whatever. I'll do it. because it's going to be a lot more comfortable, a lot easier for them to get around.
또한 코리스튜브에는 테슬라와는 반대로 기존의 자동차 업체들은 그들의 트림 레벨에 따른 다른 종류의 와이어 하니스를 제공한다고 말하며, 이는 고객들에게 몇 달러의 이득을 더 남기기 위해서이며 지나친 제조 공정의 복잡성을 야기한다고 말합니다. 그에 반해 테슬라는 $1,000 정도 가치의 컴퓨팅 파워를 모든 모델에 제공하며, 이는 차량 제조 공정의 복잡도를 월드 클래스 레벨로 낮게 만들어준다고 합니다. 또한 이러한 방식은 원가 절감으로 이어져 저가 차량 출시의 가능성을 높여준다고 강조했습니다. 존은 이어서 테슬라가 가지고 있는 큰 장점에 대해 설명했는데요. 내용은 다음과 같았습니다.
You know, one of the advantages Tesla has is so few models, and so it can really concentrate on one. And you know what you see is they introduce new things like castings when they go to new plants. And so, you know, like the Mexico one, they're going to revolutionize vehicle assembly when they build that plant. And they're going to have a low-cost model in there. The legacies, they got to go with what they got. I mean, you know, if they go out and start building all new plants and the like, you know, they've just obsoleted this sunk cost that they've got, and they can't do anything with it.
Well,
and so that's another reasons why the legacies, they don't have a fighting chance with the way that Tesla's doing things. Ford is building that Blue Oval City. It's essentially a brand new Rouge plant down in Tennessee.
Right.
It's going to be very vertically integrated. And this is why I'm saying, I think maybe Ford and Renault, they're the only ones who have carved out all their EV operations, set them up totally separate, with the exception of one of them, Lisa Drake. None of them have automotive experience. They're all out of Silicon Valley. And so that tells me they have a chance of doing it right. Designing, engineering, manufacturing, all in the same room, designing all at the same time, all reporting to one person. And Renault's apparently doing something very similar, carving that off. But that's why I think, you know, with this technological disruption, just doing a better job of what you've been doing is not going to get the job done. And this is one of the flaws of the Toyota production system. Toyota has been improving a flawed system. Tesla said, we're not going to try to improve a flawed system. We're going to reinvent it completely and take all those inefficiencies out of it.
이처럼 전문가들이 바라보는 테슬라의 미래는 아직 정확히 모르지만 기업 문화부터 구조 혁신에 이르기까지 긍정적으로 보이는 측면이 많은 것 같습니다. 오늘 내용이 테슬라의 미래 가치와 비전을 이해하는 데 많은 도움이 되셨으면 좋겠습니다. 앞으로도 들어두면 더욱 유익한 IT 지식들로 찾아뵙겠습니다. 항상 감사드리고요. 영상이 좋았다면 구독과 좋아요 부탁드립니다. 감사합니다.